Be me. 34-year-old gender studies professor. Tenure track at a liberal arts college in Vermont. Published 2 books on patriarchal structures in domestic spaces. Single by choice. Men are not worth the emotional labor. My younger sister Megan is getting married. She is 28, works as a pediatric nurse. Engaged to some guy named Brad. Yes, his name is literally Brad. Could not make this up if I tried. Mom calls me on a Wednesday evening. I am grading papers on toxic masculinity in Disney films. Very important work. Hey, sweetie. Just confirming you are coming to Megan's engagement party. Saturday at the house. We are so excited. I sigh loudly into the phone. Yes, Mother. I will be there. Though I find the whole institution problematic. She ignores this like she always does. Great. Bring a dish if you can. Something vegan, maybe. You know how Megan tries to accommodate everyone. Accommodate everyone! The language of female servitude already beginning. I hang up and return to my papers. One student argues that Frozen is revolutionary feminism. I give them a B-. Did not interrogate the heteronormative ending deeply enough. Saturday arrives gray and cold. Typical Vermont autumn. I drive my Subaru to my parents' house. Bought it because of the environmental rating. Also, the lesbian stereotype amuses me. I am not a lesbian, but I appreciate subversion. Their house is the same as always. Colonial revival, white picket fence, literal American dream nonsense. I bring a quinoa salad with tahini dressing. No one will eat it. That is the point. I walk in, and the house smells like roasting meat. Mom is in the kitchen. Dad is watching football. Some things never change. Megan runs over and hugs me. She is wearing a pink dress. Pink, the color of performed femininity. So glad you are here. I want you to meet Brad properly. You only saw him briefly at Christmas. I remember Christmas. He brought flowers for Mom, held doors open, said please and thank you. Suspicious behavior. She drags me to the living room. Brad stands up immediately when he sees me. Tall, broad shoulders. Works as a firefighter, apparently. Could not be more stereotypically masculine if he tried. Dr. Chen, Megan talks about you all the time. He extends his hand. Firm handshake. Maintains eye contact. Please call me Diana. Doctor feels too formal. I lie. I prefer doctor. I earned that title. Brad smiles warmly. Diana it is. Can I get you something to drink? We have wine, beer, sparkling water. I notice he said, we, already claiming ownership of family spaces. Classic territorial male behavior. Water is fine. He goes to get it himself. Does not ask Megan to fetch it. Interesting. Megan sits next to me on the couch. Beaming. Radiating what society would call happiness. Is he not amazing? We met when he responded to a call at the hospital. Kid with a broken arm. He was so gentle with the child. Gentle. Firefighters are trained to seem gentle. Public relations strategy. Brad returns with water in a glass. Not a bottle. Proper hospitality. Someone raised him well. Probably his mother doing all the emotional labor. I take the glass. Thank you. The party fills up with relatives. Aunts and uncles. Cousins I barely remember. Everyone congratulating the happy couple. I observe from my corner. Doing ethnographic research in my own family. The rituals of engagement celebration. Gift-giving. Performative joy. The surrendering of female autonomy dressed up as romance. Cousin Jessica approaches me. She is 40. Divorced twice. 3 kids. Works in real estate. Diana, you look great. Still single? Yes, still single. Emphasis on still implies deficiency. I do not point this out. She leans in conspiratorially. Maybe you will catch the bouquet. She laughs. I do not laugh. The bouquet toss is a ritual that ranks unmarried women, literally positions them as competitors for male attention. I wrote a paper about this. Maybe. I say nothing else. Dinner is served buffet style. Mom made everything herself. Roast beef, mashed potatoes, green beans, rolls. Hours of labor performed as love. Megan helps serve. Brad helps too. Stands next to her. Refills serving dishes. Gets people napkins. I take my quinoa salad and some green beans. Sit at the table between my aunt and my grandmother. Grandma is 82. Married to Grandpa for 58 years. He died last spring. She still wears her ring. She pats my hand. You will find someone, Diana. You are so smart and pretty. I am published in 3 peer-reviewed journals. But yes, Grandma, smart and pretty. Across the table, Megan and Brad sit together. Their body language synchronized. Nauseating, really. Brad cuts her meat for her. Wait, no, she is cutting his meat. He injured his hand at work last week. She mentioned this earlier. Interesting reversal. But probably. Performative. Showing she can be the caretaker too. Preemptive defense against accusations of inequality. After dinner, there are speeches. Dad talks about Megan as a little girl. Mom cries. Standard heteronormative family performance. Then Brad stands up, clears his throat. I want to thank everyone for being here, especially the Chen family for welcoming me. I know I am just a firefighter, not a doctor or professor like some people in this family. He glances at me briefly, not maliciously, more like acknowledging my accomplishments. But I promise to spend my life making Megan happy. She makes me want to be better, to cook more, to read more. She got me into podcasts about history. I never knew I liked history. She changed you. Someone says this approvingly. Everyone laughs. He changed for her. Women always have to change men. Project manager of emotional growth. Unpaid labor. I take notes on my phone. We'll write about this later. Megan stands up too. I want to say something. Oh no, her too. Brad is the kindest person I have ever met. He brings me coffee every morning, remembers my schedule, never makes me feel guilty for working late shifts, never makes her feel guilty. The bar is underground. He is learning to cook because I mentioned I miss home cooking. Last week, he made Mom's pot roast recipe. It was terrible. She laughs. But he tried. Everyone laughs. Brad looks embarrassed but pleased. I just wanted to say. Megan continues. I know some people think marriage is outdated, or a tool of oppression. She looks directly at me. Oh no. But for me, it is a choice. My choice. I am choosing Brad. And he is choosing me. Every day. There is applause. I clap politely. My quinoa salad remains mostly untouched on the table. After the party winds down, I help clean up. Not because I am performing femininity, but because I believe in equitable distribution of labor. Brad is washing dishes. Megan is packaging leftovers. They work in silence, comfortable. I dry dishes next to Brad. So, I say, firefighting must be dangerous. It can be. He nods, but worth it. Helping people is worth it. Very heroic. I cannot help the slight sarcasm. He pauses mid-scrub, looks at me. I do not think I am a hero. I just do my job. Megan is the hero, honestly. Nurses do not get enough credit. He returns to scrubbing. I dry another plate. So you are one of those men who thinks praising women makes you evolved. He stops again, considers this. I think Megan is remarkable. Is that wrong? Depends on why you think that. Is it because she meets your expectations? Or because she defied them? He actually thinks about this. Most men would get defensive. Both, maybe. She is kind, like I expected a nurse to be. But she also tells me when I am being stupid. which I did not expect from anyone willing to date me. Self-deprecation. Potentially manipulative. But his tone seems genuine. Megan comes back. What are you two talking about? Diana was interrogating my intentions. Brad says this lightly. Oh God, Diana. Megan looks mortified. I was just asking questions. Intellectual curiosity. She is always like this, Megan tells Brad. Analyzes everything. I do not analyze everything. I ask critical questions. There is a difference. Brad dries his hands. I think it is good. Someone should ask hard questions. Keeps me honest. This was not the response I expected. Most men become defensive or dismissive. He seems almost grateful. I drive home that night, thinking about the party, the performances, the rituals, the way Brad looked at Megan, like she was the only person in the room. My apartment is cold when I arrive. I forgot to adjust the thermostat before leaving. I heat up leftover takeout, eat it at my desk, grade more papers. One student writes about weddings as capitalist consumption rituals. I give them an A-. Solid analysis, but needs more nuance. 2 months later, Megan asks me to be maid of honor. I am surprised. You are my sister, she says on the phone. Of course I want you there. Even though I have been. I search for words. Critical of the institution. Diana, you have been critical of everything since you were 12. I am used to it. Besides, you give good speeches. This is true. I am an excellent public speaker. I accept. Tell myself it is for anthropological observation, immersive research. We go dress shopping. A bridal boutique in Burlington. White dresses everywhere. The commodification of purity. Megan tries on dress after dress. I sit on a velvet couch, taking notes for a future article. She emerges in a simple A-line. No train. Minimal embellishment. This one, she says, this feels like me. It does not look like a wedding dress, more like a nice white dress. I approve, then feel strange about approving. The saleswoman quotes a price, $2,000, for a dress she will wear once. Megan hesitates. Actually, do you have anything simpler? We are trying to keep costs down. She ends up with a dress from the sample sale, $400, still too much for fabric. But she seems happy. Brad pays for half, she tells me later. We split everything. That is how we do things. Splitting. Egalitarian framing. But who tracks the splitting? Who does the emotional accounting? I do not say this out loud. The wedding is in June. Outdoor ceremony at a state park. No church. I approve of this too. The week before, I am supposed to write my speech. I stare at my laptop. Type and delete. Type and delete. What do I say about an institution I have criticized my entire career? How do I celebrate something I have called oppressive? I call my therapist. Yes, I have a therapist. Self-care is important. She asks what I actually feel about Megan getting married. Not what I think. What I feel. I do not know. I say. Scared, maybe. Scared of what? Scared she will disappear. Into the role of wife. Lose herself. Like so many women do. Is that what you have observed? Or what you fear? I do not answer. The rehearsal dinner is at my parents' house again. Same roast beef. Same mashed potatoes. Tradition as comfort. Brad's family is there. His mom is a retired elementary school teacher. His dad is a plumber. Working class. Salt of the earth types. Brad's mom finds me by the dessert table. You must be the professor. Diana, right. Megan talks about you constantly. Good things, I hope. She laughs. She is very proud of you. Says you are the smartest person she knows. This surprises me. Megan thinks I am smart. She also says you are very protective. Worried about her. I am not, I start to say. But I am. His mom nods like she understands. I was worried about Brad, too. When he started dating Megan, nurses work terrible hours. I thought he would be lonely, but he is not. No. She smiles. They take care of each other. I nod. Do not know what to say. The wedding day arrives. Sunny, mild breeze, nature cooperating with heteronormative ritual. I help Megan get ready. Her dress fits perfectly. Minimal makeup, hair simple. She looks happy, genuinely happy. Not performing. Diana, she says, looking at me in the mirror. Thank you for being here. Of course, you are my sister. I know you have concerns about marriage, about Brad, about all of it. She turns to face me. But I need you to know. I thought about everything you said, every article you sent me, every conversation we had. I did not think she read those articles, and I still chose this. Not because I ignored your points, but because I considered them. She takes my hand. I love Brad, and he loves me, and we are going to figure it out together. Maybe we will fail. Maybe in 10 years we will be different people. But that is true of everything. Is it not? Careers change. Friendships change. Nothing is permanent. So why not try? Why not choose someone? And keep choosing them. I do not have a response. My throat feels tight. The ceremony is short. They wrote their own vows. Both of them cry. Some guests cry too. I do not cry. I observe. Brad's vows mention learning. He says Megan teaches him patience, how to listen, how to be still. Megan's vows mention safety. She says Brad makes her feel safe, not protected. Safe. There is a difference, she says. Protected implies weakness. Safe implies trust. I wrote down this distinction. After the ceremony, there is dancing. A DJ plays songs from their childhoods. Brad dances terribly. Megan laughs. They do not care who is watching. My turn comes. Maid of honor speech. I stand at the microphone. Look at my notes. Look at Megan. Put the notes away. I am a professor. I say, I study systems of power, particularly how they affect women. I have written extensively about marriage, as an institution, its history, its problems. The room is quiet. Megan looks nervous. Brad looks curious. I came here today prepared to give a speech about partnership and equality and a mutual respect. Very academic, very safe. But that is not what I want to say. I pause. Take a breath. My sister is brave, braver than me. She chose to love someone, fully, openly, knowing it might not work. I have spent my career analyzing why people fail. She spent her career helping people heal. Different approaches, different risks. Brad, you are not what I expected. When Megan first told me about you, I had assumptions, based on your job, your name, your demographic profile. Some people laugh. Brad smiles. But you surprised me. You listen, you learn, you try. That is more than most people do. I look at Megan. I do not know if marriage is right or wrong. I do not know if it will make you happy forever, or if forever is even a reasonable expectation. But I know you thought about it, really thought about it, and chose it anyway. That is not capitulation. That is agency. I raise my glass to Megan and Brad. May you keep choosing each other. People clap. Megan cries. I sit down, hands shaking. After the speech, Brad finds me. Thank you, he says. That meant a lot. I meant it. I know. That is why it meant a lot. He pauses. I know you will keep watching, keep analyzing. I am okay with that. You are. He nods. It means you care. Critical is not the same as cruel. Megan taught me that. She taught him, not the other way around. The reception continues. Cake cutting. Bouquet toss. I do not participate in the toss. Watch from the bar instead. Brad's mom catches it. Everyone laughs. She has been married 40 years. Megan comes to sit with me later, tired but glowing. Good speech, she says. I tried. You did more than try. You were honest. That is all I ever wanted from you. I nod. Do not trust my voice. She hugs me, long and tight, like when we were kids, before I left for college, before I became Dr. Chen. You are still my big sister, she whispers. That matters more than any of it. They leave for their honeymoon. Hawaii. Touristy, but they do not care. I drive back to Vermont that night. My apartment is still cold. I adjust the thermostat this time, sit at my desk, open a new document, title it, On Choice, a Reconsideration. Begin typing. For years I have argued that marriage is a patriarchal institution designed to control women, subordinate their labor, erase their autonomy. I still believe much of this is true, historically and structurally, but I watched my sister get married today, and I am no longer certain. That structure determines destiny. She chose a man who tries, not perfectly, but consistently. He chose to learn, to grow, to change. Is that not what we ask of people? That they try. I think about my own life, my apartment, my career, my independence. I chose these things, deliberately, defiantly. But have I been choosing? Or have I been avoiding? Is critique the same as courage? Is analysis the same as living? I do not know. I save the document. Do not publish it. Not yet. Maybe not ever. Some things are not meant for journals. Some things are just meant to be thought. I heat up leftover wedding cake. Eat it standing at the counter. It is good. Buttercream frosting. Simple. Sweet. My phone buzzes. Photo from Megan. Her and Brad at the airport. Matching neck pillows. Ridiculous. Caption says, Thank you for the speech. Love you. I respond, Love you too. Safe travels. Look at the photo again. They do look happy. Genuinely. Unperformatively. Maybe that is enough. Maybe happiness does not need to be interrogated. Maybe some things can just be. I save the photo. Put down my phone. Return to my quiet apartment. The silence feels different now. Not peaceful. Just empty. I think about calling someone. Do not know who. Open my laptop instead. Read my own articles. Published last year. Marriage as economic transaction. Marriage as social control. Marriage as the death of female selfhood. I still believe some of this. The systems are real. The history is documented. But Megan is real too. Her choice is real. Her happiness is real. Maybe both things can be true. The system can be broken. And people can still find something worth keeping. I do not know. I am supposed to know. That is my job. Having answers. But tonight, I have questions. More questions than before. That might be progress. That might be growth. Or maybe I am just tired. And weddings are exhausting. Even for people who do not believe in them. I close my laptop. Go to bed. Sleep better than I have in months. Dream about nothing. Wake up lighter. Maybe that is enough for now. Maybe it does not need to mean anything. Maybe some things just are. I get up. Make coffee. Start a new day. Text Megan good morning. She responds with a sunrise photo. Hawaii looks beautiful. She looks happy. Brad is in the background. Sunburned already? I smile. Actually smile. No one is watching. Open my document again. The one I saved last night. On choice. A reconsideration. Add a new line. Maybe choice is harder than critique. Maybe loving someone is braver than analyzing love. Maybe I have been the coward all along. Save again? Close the laptop? Eat breakfast. Something warm for once. Not leftover takeout. Think about the future. Not conclusions. Just possibilities. That seems like enough. For now,